This is Dontex, and what I'm going to do today is show you how to change the brushes on an electrical Sidewinder lift motor. The most common problems with these motors is that the brushes wear out, and it's about a minute or two job to change these brushes out. If the motor slows down or stops completely, the first thing you should do is try replacing the brushes. That will usually fix the problem. This is an example of old worn out brushes that have come out of an old motor. This is an example of the new brushes that we will be putting in the motor today. The only tools that you should need are a regular screwdriver, a small screwdriver in case you need to pry the old brushes out, and possibly a needle nose pliers to grab a hold of the brushes if they break and pull it out of there. That should be the only tools that are needed. The first thing we're going to do is unplug the cord so we don't get a shock or do any damage to the motor. The next thing we'll do is remove the screw cap located here on the side of the motor. There is one on this side and there is one on this side. The brushes are inside that small compartment, so we will remove that screw cap and take the brush out and put the new brush in. To remove this cap, you simply put the screwdriver in the slot and take the cap out. And if you're working over the water, be careful that it doesn't fall in the water. The brushes are spring loaded, so it will push that cap out, so you need to be careful it doesn't pop out of there. So you loosen the cap, you take the cap off, you try to get the the old brush out. You remove the old brush, and then you put the new brush in, fitting it into the slot that is inside the compartment there. There is a little slot that the new brush will go in. You have to get that lined up with that slot and then push the spring end into the slot also, and hold it in and put the cap over the top, and take your screwdriver and screw the cap in. That is all that there is to replacing one side, and what we will do is also replace the other side. To replace the other side, we will simply repeat the steps that we just did on this side. We will take a regular screwdriver, put it in the slot, and remove the screw cap, being careful that we don't drop it in the water. Pull the old brush out, take the new brush, line it up with the slot that is in there, and also line up the spring end with the slot that is in there. Holding that in, put the cap on, take the screwdriver and tighten down the cap, and that is all there is to replacing the brushes on a electric motor that has either slowed down considerably or stopped completely. So once that is done, you will want to plug the motor back in, reset the GFI.
Once you have installed the new brushes and plugged the motor back in, give it a try. As you can see, that has resolved the problem. You're back in business and ready to go. That completes this segment on installing new brushes.